What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns here, and some of you are probably wondering, what does that mean? What does your title mean? Grand Theft Auto 5 is Next Gen OG. Okay, OG stands for Original Game. Alright, so this is going to be a discussion about whether or not Grand Theft Auto 5, the version coming out on November 18th for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and of course PC in January 2015, is in fact the original version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I'm not going to go over a commentary of the trailer that came out today because most of it's basically the same thing. I already retweeted it on Twitter. I already posted it on the Facebook, so it's linked below as well in the description section. So if you want to go check out the trailer yourself, feel free and do so. But here's the cliff notes. Devin Weston is a dick. There's new dogs, better graphics, lots of cutscenes, including several with Trevor. Jimmy is a douche, and Amanda is a, well, never mind. There's underglow on the rides, which has once again been confirmed. It's a really cool video, very well edited as usual by Rockstar. They do a great job with their trailers. But there's really nothing new in it that we already didn't know about. However, if you're new to all this and need a quick recap, here's the basics. Next gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5 launching on PlayStation 4, Xbox One November 18th, and of course PC January 2015. The Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version is going to be running on 1080p with 30 frames per second. There is a first person mode you can play in now, so you can go from third person to first person. Pretty cool. There's going to be more wildlife, improved graphics, more NPCs and traffic, more vehicles from the previous Grand Theft Autos like the Dukes and the Stallion, just to name a few. It looks really beautiful, and of course if you pre-order now, you can get $1 million in Grand Theft Auto currency, $500,000 to spend in story mode, and $500,000 to spend in Grand Theft Auto Online. Speaking of GTA Online, there's now going to be 30-player lobbies for free mode, as well as death matches, LTS, and captures. There's also going to be a first-person option for most of the jobs now that I've already mentioned. So you'll have the ability to either play it in first person strictly, third person, or the ability to flip back and forth between third or first person in Grand Theft Auto Online, which is really cool. There's also going to be exclusive perks for everybody returning to the game from the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, like the Duke of Death, the Railgun, the Marshall Monster Truck, the Hatchet, the Kraken Sub, Zero Blimp, and more. And yes, you'll be able to transfer your character from last gen over to next gen on almost any console, but only once. So if you have a PlayStation 3, you can go to the Xbox One, you can go to the PS4, you can go to the PC, but you can only do it one time, so one and done. The same thing for the Xbox 360. You can go to the Xbox One, PS4, or PC, and it looks like almost everything is going to be transferable. Your characters, your properties, your money, well, we'll get to that in a second, your vehicles, your weapons, your wardrobe. Now, when I said money, any money that you have earned will go with you to any console, except for shark card money. That stays within the family of consoles. So you can only take your shark card money to, one Xbox to the next and one PlayStation to the next. So you can't take shark card money you got in Xbox 360 to PS4, and you can't take shark card money you got in PS3 to Xbox One. I hope you understand that. Anyways, there are several questions that have yet to be answered, including these. Are the exclusive items that we mentioned a moment ago just for story mode, or are we going to also use all this stuff, or most of this stuff, in Grand Theft Auto Online on next gen, like the Duke of Death, the Railgun, etc.? Finally, the big question in my opinion, well, which leads to the bigger question, which is the theme of the discussion we're having. Will the wildlife that we're going to see in Grand Theft Auto 5 story mode next gen also be included with Grand Theft Auto Online? Now, hopefully Rockstar will answer some of those questions this week, as well as all the other questions that are still lingering before the November 18th launch day for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, the bigger question, the topic of this video, is the next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5 in fact the original version of the game? This is something I've been thinking about for the past few days, and I was browsing through IGN earlier in the forum section, as I do. I love a good laugh. I love comments from people. Sometimes they have some good stuff to say, sometimes not so much. But I came across one person in the forum that was like-minded when it came to this thought, this discussion. He was thinking that, you know what, the more I see these videos and all this information regarding the next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5, the more I believe that this was the original version of the game that Rockstar had made. And a lot of people agree with him or her. I don't know if it's him or her, but the point is, this is exactly what I've been thinking for the past week now. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. A little history for you. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 was originally supposed to come out spring of 2013, as some of you may already know, but it got delayed. There was already posters for it and everything, saying Grand Theft Auto 5 on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 coming spring 2013, but then it got delayed till September 2013. Several months. Why? Why was there a delay? We never got a proper answer from Rockstar as to why Grand Theft Auto 5 was originally delayed. And if you look at, the online version for the 360 and the PlayStation 3, it's watered down. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun playing it over the past year on the 360 with my friends, my viewers, my subscribers, my crewmates, and I look forward to playing it on next gen. Hopefully it'll be a lot better, but the truth is, compared to story mode in last gen, online is very, very watered down. It's obvious they took a lot of things out of the online version. There's no wildlife. You don't have commercial jets flying around that you can steal. And there's a lot of other things that happens in story mode that isn't happening in online. Now, did Rockstar have this delay because last gen just couldn't handle the original version of Grand Theft Auto 5? Which could explain why they needed basically 6 months in order to, I guess, port down the Grand Theft Auto version that came out for the Xbox 360 and, of course, the PlayStation 3. Now, this is just a theory, and there's no basis, no fact there, and the truth could be somewhere in the middle. Maybe, just maybe, there was a more enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5 that Rockstar did have to scale back a little bit, but maybe the next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5 is the version they imagined, they dreamed of, but they ultimately never were able to make until they decided to go ahead and go for the next-gen release date, which is, of course, in just a few weeks, because they did spend 12 months doing new animations for first-person mode, and who knows what else for the next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So I think the truth is somewhere in the middle, because that's where it usually is. I think that there were some things they had to take out, but at the same time, this gave Rockstar the opportunity to add even more cool stuff to the version of Grand Theft Auto 5 we'll be getting our grubby little hands on coming up in about a week from now. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited? Let me know what your thoughts are regarding this topic. Is, in fact, Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out on Next Gen the original game? Or is Grand Theft Auto 5 on Next Gen simply an enhanced version that has way more bells and whistles? Let me know below in the comments section. If you found the video informative, hit the like button. Be sure and check out my channel for awesome daily content 7 days a week. And coming up on Friday, we're doing the next installment of Top 5 Ideas 7.0. So be sure and get me your ideas on how to improve Grand Theft Auto Online on either last gen, next gen, or both by this Wednesday. Okay, so do it by Wednesday, and you might just get your idea included for Top 5 Ideas 7.0. And feel free and go back and watch the Top 5 Ideas playlist for inspiration and to see what ideas have already been submitted to the series. By the way, you can submit your idea below in the comment section. And if you like all the content on my channel, not just Top 5 Ideas, but Racing Badly, Misadventures Monday, which aired earlier today, and more, be sure and hit that subscribe button because it really does help my gaming channel grow. As I mentioned at the beginning of the discussion, you can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, both linked in the description section. As always, thanks for watching.